walked away from a situation and kind of were protected from a shit show and actually get something better in your life in return. Welcome back to Pisces TV with Dr. MB. Get your ass in here. You a Pisces and you ain't been following my channel. Hit that subscription button and the notification bell. What type of mess? We're going to hop right into it, Pisces. The oracle card that you guys received from the sacred geometry is the third eye chakra, which is the frequency of the third eye, of course, the indigo flower. And we just recently had the flower moon. Okay, so it talks about the flower of life, and it supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic power. So for some of you, there may have been a past situation. Okay, it could have been an event, a person, place, thing, a pattern, behavior, whatever it is, where you decided to stand up, like regardless of your fears, and use some sort of bravery, and for some of you, like integrity against deception. All right. Now, sometimes when I think of the third eye chakra, when it comes to something that may be lower vibrational, those are the people that try to do the energy attack thing, where they where they pull on like your psyche. You have some people that'll think about you, going through pictures online. You could have them blocked, they on fake accounts, just all kind of weird stuff. And I don't think that person was very nice to you. I feel like because of the level of betrayal that you allowed yourself to feel, they could have like hurt you really, really bad. It could have been like a rock bottom moment where something is just like over, like for real, like done. It could be a cycle that you've had with people in the past. That's why I said it could be a pattern or a behavior. It doesn't always have to just be a person. But through it all, their deception and fuckery, your level of integrity and the confidence that you gave yourself and that you gained to feel whole and now see like the world as your oyster, you have higher expectations and standards for more things. There's definitely some of you where higher standards are very important. Okay. There are others of you that are just focused on this new beginning, this something new, or taking a risk, a risk. Did I say risk? Is it risk? Risk. Yeah, that. There's a significance in the past situation that may have involved like a false person, a fakie that I think did the deception, and there could have been like a test in your spiritual journey. So I won't overly emphasize on them, but more so the lesson that you may have learned behind this situation, and that's going to also lead to your overall improvement and some goodies that are coming to you. I noticed at the bottom of the deck you have 38 and you have the strength card, which is sometimes represented by 8 or 11, but you have 8 and 11 in this particular situation. The strength supports our ability to harmonize all of our qualities and skills toward a strong and balanced way of being. I think that is super important for a lot of you guys, because you have the Two of Wands in the situation. You also have the Two of Pentacles in the strength, or what's crowning you. And twos are definitely about harmony. So you have something manifesting into the physical with the fire energy in the situation. And what's crowning it is that the Pentacles are about presence and physicality and or movement. So it's not like a stagnant energy. And I think it's a very fresh energy coming in with the Fool card. I love having the Queen of Wands, the World card, and the Justice card with the Strength card crossing the Three of Cups, because it's screaming fate. It's not, you don't have the Wheel of Fortune, but it's just screaming fate. And I love the strength and the grace and the feminine energy, which is something, man or woman, that a lot of us learn through like trials and tribulation. It's also the energy that may be needed so you totally don't like black out and lose your shit, or go down the rabbit hole of darkness, depending on whatever this level of deception could have been for some of you guys in the past. It may have involved like standing your ground, and this could have been toward a companion. It could have been toward even your higher self, or just some aspect of your life that is either within you or outside of you, where humility and grace may have needed to be shown in some situations or some aspect of the situation. As well as kind of like this standing of your ground, because we have justice in the center of the reading, which Libra is where the foot lands on the world card. And I love that they're crossing each other, which tells us like about balance and polarity or duality. And the duality of the strength card just talks about the grace and or the havoc, right? The ego. Now you have the Queen of Wands here. And the Queen of Wands in the near future, it brings havoc or harmony in the situation. For you guys, I do feel like it is harmony. In the past position, it could have been questionable, but there may have been a choice, a decision, or a test to once and for all kind of like go on to a new leaf. Okay. I love the Queen of Wands as she symbolizes fertility. For some of you guys, it may be confidence, entrepreneurship. She works in fashion and things of that nature. So I appreciate that, where some of you guys may be tightening up some ends in, I don't want to say legalities, but just some more of the more practical aspects of an endeavor. Now, I did get intuitively that some of you all may be tested as far as your fate when it comes to even the new beginnings. I feel like some of these new beginnings had already started for you. I do not feel like they're coming up in the near future. It may be something that you've already experienced, so don't have any worries about that. But looking at the way that this Fool is like headed toward, like if it jumps down, it's headed toward this Ten of Swords energy, but then you have the World card. And so I'm wondering, like, if she catches him, you know what I'm saying, or he falls into this Ten of Swords. And so that could very well be a situation where there's like some, deliberation or movement, right? So the situation, we got deliberating and feeling it. And then in the crowning of the situation, it's more so kind of like thriving through chaos. So either way, kind of being okay. And that's how some of you guys could come out of a situation, and also how you may be going into a new situation. But I just didn't like the deceptive energy that may have came from a person of the past. I appreciate you guys for standing your ground and being brave and having some sort of grace along the way. They could have tried and triggered you, and there probably wasn't an outburst. You may not have been egotistical, and those are very big aspects of shadow work for some of us to do that have other like underlying issues that we work through in this life with our soulmates. And along with that, okay, I do have some of my bonus cards here where the Five of Cups with the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune came out. I like the Wheel of Fortune next to the High Priestess because it does talk about some direction, and I think moving away from things that no longer served. It also talks about, for some of us that aren't really in the energy of what's being discussed so far and may not have embodied, the courage or the bravery to depart from or move away from things that no longer serve us. There could be possible, you know what? And I did say I was feeling like the Wheel of Fortune energy. And here it is. So I just want to say that. But through like some negative emotions, and also the fact that some of you may have been protected from certain situations and not experienced it at all because of your intuition and some sort of like navigation through these cycles and situations, I do feel that there's an unexpected event, or was an unexpected event, a lie or something, some research, something that was sought out, some investigation, and it caused you guys to kind of move away from an event that could have been kind of like catastrophic. Others of you, there could be unexpected communication from somebody that you walked away from, or that may have walked away from you. And it also talks about moving forward to find your Ten of Cups. So if you did previously, have a breakup, lose a job, or just may have suffered some sort of unexpected loss, or had a shift in your belief systems or something like that. It does talk about having the bravery and the courage, and no longer kind of like being naive, and moving away and having some trust in that. Okay. A few more cards that I saw that were quite interesting. Just talks about some of the rewards that some of you may reap from accomplishing said test, where you have independence. And I didn't want to bring that up, but sometimes, like I said, to be strong enough to not be reactive to rejection or deception, as well as disappointment. There's some level of independence or a level up for some of you guys where you have more than enough. I love when I see the grapes in the pentacle suit. I love the stability. I love the authority. I love that the Four of Cups, while sometimes mentioned as boredom and like something that you don't want, it also speaks to luxury. And so that is a given with these two cards, and we could get into that. I may take some clarifiers on it, but some of you, you walked away from a situation and kind of were protected from a shit show, and actually get something better in your life in return. I also have our T cards here. Okay, so while I'm trying to understand what that, wait a minute. Okay, I think the threat has been neutralized. So, oh, another thing that just came to me before we get to the clarifiers. Um, like I said, thriving through chaos, I feel like there's going to be an event or something to celebrate. Okay. For those of you that I feel like maybe multitasking, test, test, past, moving into new cycles of life. So it's kind of like where the world card may be crossing the two of wands. I see the Fool as moving into this cycle, and so for some of you that's like super great, and having the confidence and the energy and the law of attraction like backing you. Okay, now with the Two of Wands, let's see what we have here. Oh, you got jackpot. Okay, jackpot, winning, money, got rich, inheritance, and unexpected money. And I know, like I said, this Nine of Pentacles, this what was it, the Tower card, I knew that that was like super dope. Another thing is the World card being number 21, blackjack. Okay, jackpot 777. So some sort of good luck for you guys. I like this artistry. I know it says ain't shit, but that could have been the past person, and now seeing the world as your oyster, I think that is super great to be going in a new direction. Okay, with the World card, or maybe that was it ain't shit to a boss, you feel me? Maybe the jackpot was also a clarifier for the World card as well. Now with the fake smiles, when I talked about like the false person, you have fake flexing, acts rich, flosses, money, acts fancy, shows off, etc. And then this is like the picture that was painted. Okay, so I do understand that for some of you there could have been like I don't know if like with definition abuse in the past, it could have been like a soulmate or a twin flame or something like that that repeated like certain actions and kept you guys stuck in certain cycles. So that could be something that may have been significant to having closure that was like a painful ending. Okay. Now, if there's a female involved, there could have been some issues online. Looking at the world card with the Wheel of Fortune, taking a gamble on somebody that didn't really turn out or pan out. To who, whatever they were supposed to be. Okay. Now in your focus, you have the mouth. Okay. So there's some shit talking and there's some foolishness. This past person or whatever situation that connects to it, there may have been like, I want to say, what do they call it? Like a bad idea. Because I know in not traditional tarot, but in esoteric tarot, the Fool card could represent like a bad idea. We have cloud hungry at the bottom of the deck and rejected. I know rejection was going to come up somewhere. Okay. So these people or this person really doesn't like that you took this approach to stand up and have some level of integrity. You also have love triangle. Now I saw the 3 of Cups and then I also see like 3 feminine energies here. So for some of you guys, there could have been third party situations, multiple lovers or multiple choices. And that could have been like the fake person has something to do with one of these feminine energies. Okay. Your light irritates their demons. All right. And they're still in their heads, overthinking, stressed and analyzing the situation. Or for some of us, that could have been you, so feel free to put it where it goes. With the 2 of Pentacles and the strength of the matter are crowning you. You have obsessive lover, dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, and karmi. So I'm thinking karmi is like some new modern shit for karmic. And it's pointing to like, it says spiritual hater, hates on your spirituality, light and magic powers. Oh my God. So this person wasn't really supportive of you, but possibly does like watch you a lot. So just be mindful of that. I know that's usually how they act though. Like you may not have an active, intimate relationship with a person, but there's still some sort of like dark or toxic energy behind the situation. Could be a fire sign for some of you, and others of you, they just like feed off of your creativity or copy you. Okay, because we do have creativity and then steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates or feeds off of you. And that is, then we got stalker. So that's kind of weird. Oh my God. I really hate that you had to experience that. And maybe have to cut them off. Some of you, it could have been someone that has or portrayed to have certain gifts and abilities, because I know the Queen of Wands and the shadowy energy next to the 10 of Swords just ain't a walk in the park. Okay. I'll just say that ain't a walk in the park. We have running and scarcity tactics. So for some, there's like a manipulative way with this third eye chakra energy to try to draw you back. They may even like offer friendship or offer you something to draw you back, but at the bottom of the deck you have dirty offer. I wouldn't go for that, and some of you wouldn't either, because it shows like unbothered. Okay, now in your approach, some of you are not in communication, because we got the lips crossing the 10 swords. So some of you are not in communication with these people or this person. And for good reason, because they're already feeding off of you. I feel like at the bottom of the deck, it shows that they could have some pretty bad habits. The cloud chasers are coming back out, and we have the little mouse. So for some of you, it's just like not speaking to them, not really being around them. Because they're already draining you and copying you and being weird in the first place. Okay. So justice. Okay. You aren't bothered. You aren't being reactive. There may have been some reflecting, but I feel like that brought you some level of inner peace when it talks about integrity and like the core, what do I call it? The central pillar of a person. You also have to busy winning, and we have the trophy here, so I love that. And for some of you, we have uses force to get what they want. So just be mindful of that in the environment, there could be someone who's forceful. And I hope, there wasn't any like abuse or anything like that. Cause I'm looking at this boxer and he got on gloves and stuff like that. And then we have kissing ass. So, I wouldn't be kissing ass to somebody who's abusive, but if you love this person or you really weren't sure of the capacity they had to just be the gruesome individuals that they became to be, definitely can understand that. All right. Now, in the hopes and fears with this test, it is to move in silence. Okay. And then we got some cock blocking and legal issues. So the justice card for some could talk about Libra, could talk about actual legal issues and creeping and snooping and watching. And that's why it says kind of like move in silence, because you're going through, different periods where the 7 of Wands also talks about like initiations of some sort. And I feel like with our fears or with our hopes, you manifest those things. So the test is to like face your own inner, your energy, the events that are mirroring out in your life. Okay. So we have that, you see that 10 of Swords that talked about silence with the mouth there. And then we have moving in silence. So there's that. Now with the 3 of Cups, for some of you, it's definitely a third party situation and like a gossiper of some sort. Others of you, we have want you back and romantic love affair. We have sex fix and secret lover. That's insane. Next to this kind of like high priesty energy. So some of you may have blocked a person that may not have showed the same interest in you because there was a love triangle or others involved. And then now we have like a romantic sort of situation. So I'm not sure if that's something you're manifesting that's new. Or a situation that could be an outcome if you're engaging in the past. But we have into you and wants you back. I feel for the collective, this has more to do with those that have built confidence and broken out of toxic cycles to be in relationships that just reciprocate what you put into it. So this person, you want them, they want you back. There's no chasing, there's no running. And because you also have the into you card that talks about good chemistry and great vibes that are positive. So I definitely love that for you, Pisces. And don't forget, smash that like button, leave me some comments. If you're interested in a personal, I do have availability. Otherwise, see you next time. I wanna love you so bad.